Good afternoon, Nova Nation. It's WXVU Sports Director David Szczepanski. Behind me is the court here at the Finneran Pavilion. Villanova women's basketball taking on number 7 UConn here earlier this afternoon. And unfortunately, it did not go the way of the Wildcats. Final score, UConn 83, Villanova 52. And UConn really showed why they are a top 10 team in the country. They shot 60% from the field, 40% from behind the arc. Sarah Strong led the way with 21 points. The leading recruit, one of the best scorers in college basketball this season, just a freshman. She came into this contest averaging more than 17 points per game, and she scored 21 points pretty easily. She scored 10 points in the first quarter in this one, and she really didn't play much in the second half at all. Paige Bueckers, one of the best scorers in college basketball, one of the best players, had so much attention, so many Bueckers jerseys here at the Finneran Pavilion. The line for this game was almost all the way wrapped around to Lancaster Avenue for this game, so a lot of people wanted to see UConn take on Villanova. Bueckers, she had 15 points in this game, had 9 assists. Unfortunately, she did suffer an injury in this game, a leg injury in the second half. She collided at half court with Villanova's Jasmine Basco. Coach Oriyama did talk about her injury after the game, but they didn't really have an official update on her. They just said that she had some ice on it, but Coach Oriyama did seem pretty optimistic moving forward with Bueckers. So we'll keep an eye on that. Definitely a big thing to watch in terms of Big East play moving forward. Some other stats in here. Villanova, Jasmine Basco, she did not have her best shooting night. She was pretty inefficient, had 12 points for Villanova. Still led the way, though, for the Cats. Danae Carter had 10 points in this game for Villanova. The Wildcats shot 33% from the field, 34% from behind the arc, but that number from behind the arc was much lower. For a good part of the game, it was in the low to mid 20s. They were shooting less than 20% heading into halftime, so Villanova's three-point struggles from Wednesday night against Seton Hall continued here in this game against UConn. Like I said, Jasmine Basco leading the way with 12 points. When you look at a lot of the other stats, Villanova lost the rebounding battle. They were able to keep it close. They actually had a 1 rebound advantage over UConn heading into halftime, but then UConn pulled away with that. UConn dominated in terms of the assist battle. They had 30 assists in this game, so just great ball movement from UConn. And the Huskies showed why, they only have 2 losses, both to top 10 teams in Notre Dame and USC. So this is a really good, really talented UConn team, especially, when they're all healthy, all firing. You just really got to see how good the duo of Bueckers and Strong were in this game here against Villanova. So Bueckers, Strong, 2 great players for this UConn team, and we'll continue to follow them in terms of Big East play. Villanova, they finished this game, of course, with a loss here, 83-52, unfortunately. But for Villanova, they also fall to 7-8 overall this season. They are now 1-2 in conference play. Their lone conference win was against St. John's to begin conference play. So Villanova, they'll look to rebound against Georgetown on January the 8th in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. Final score, again, number 7 UConn 83, Villanova 52. The Wildcats look to bounce back in Washington, D.C. Have a great rest of your night, Nova Nation. Have a great rest of your weekend. Thanks for tuning in to the game today here on WXVU, as well on social media. I really appreciate all the support on my content and on all my work that I posted, really, of course, throughout the past couple of years, but especially throughout this past semester and especially throughout this past week. So thank you, Nova Nation. I appreciate it so much. Have a great rest of your night. And as always, go Cats!